Baltimore the first season there, and had a lot of fond memories from that experience. I was the year with Ted, and it was quite an experience, to say the least. Met my wife there, got married there. Was there for that first draft where we drafted Jonathan Ogden and Ray Lewis. Actually was on the phone with New York in the draft room with those picks. Exciting experiences as a young guy, and now looking at him and knowing John, I've gotten to know John a little bit over the years. I think he's done an excellent job transitioning into the head coaching role and putting the whole team philosophy together. I've known Steve Bisciotti over the years just through my father-in-law Ron. He and Steve are friends, and really have a lot of respect for him as well. And getting prepared for the team itself, the defense, and I think you have to start there. Been dominant for years. Has some really special players. I remember Ray Lewis, the first practice that he practiced in OTAs, he had an older linebacker at that point, who was kind of the alpha male, and typically rookies come in and they prefer the alpha male, but not Ray. He took control from minute one, and really haven't let it go since, and still makes impressive plays at the fourth down stop. How much time we have, just all the plays he's made. You can look at a guy like Ed Reed, who can ruin the game at any point. From an offensive perspective, he's got great instincts, and he aggressively uses those instincts to make plays. And then once he's got the ball in his hands, he's an impressive returner. And they'll use him from time to time as a punt returner, and he's made plays there. And you add the fact that he's a pretty special rusher when he's up on the line of scrimmage and rushing on their punt return. So he's a guy you have to deal with there as well. And you keep going. Suggs, Price, Agata, Johnson, all those guys, I think, can make plays and work really well together in terms of how they rush and coordinating the blitz package that they have. And I think Landry's done a really nice job as well as a physical player. We played him a couple years ago, 2 or 3 years ago in New York. He was able to play some pretty good sticks on different guys. So a lot to be learned for there. Offensively, played against Cam a lot of different times. I really like his system. It's creative. It creates problems in terms of adjustments. He's patient enough to run the ball consistently. They ran the ball pretty for the most of the team last year, and they've got a lot of people that can do that. Rice, take your pick. Both hurt. And then you have Todd Heath in the mix, Clayton. There's some weapons there, and I think that even though it's a younger offensive line, that Burke to that has himself solidified. And obviously, Flacco's development from last year to this year, I think he's continued to make improvements. And on special teams, it's I'm sure the head coach has some input there, and he's a tremendous special teams coach over the years. You can see some of his fingerprint there, and pretty solid fingerprint. So with that, let's open up the question.
Coach, when the offense has struggled in the past, what have you done? Do you start throwing plays out early in the season? Do you open up the playbook? What's the best way to get an offense out of the funk?
Well, anytime you're looking to improve, I think the important thing is to focus on the process. And you've been a part of that in different ways. Sometimes it's not getting enough sacks. Sometimes it's not getting enough picks. Sometimes it's not getting enough production in one area. And just focus on the issue instead of how to improve the issue. There's wheels. So what I'm looking to do is improve the process. And I think there's a lot of things that we can do better in the core group of plays we have. And then we need to do a better job as well in terms of game plan specific plays that we run against that opponent each week. And when you do go through, you're constantly going through the evaluation of what works well for us, and then what's going to work well against that opponent, and how much carryover is there between the two. And then to choose from your list, you're going to obviously side towards things that you do well that work well against them.
Did you think about drafting Flacco, in 2008 when you you had a shot at him, right?
Yeah, at that point we actually looked at him, we spent time with him, things like that, but we were moving forward with the guys that we had.
Were you surprised that he settled in as quickly as he did?
He's spending time with him. He's a really bright guy. He's very determined, very conscientious, and we felt that in meeting with him, and it's translated. And he has a comfort level with what they've asked him to do his rookie year, and you can see how it's expanding into the season.
Well, just a follow on that. And why do some guys like him and Ryan down there? I know I think he's the third. But why do they? It doesn't seem to be so easy for them as rookies. And here you have Brady Quinn in his third year, and it's not been a smooth start.
Everybody's different. I know that you'd love to have the answer to that question, and you could unlock the secret to that. I think everything would be knocking on your door. But you go through it, and some guys just hit at different points. A guy like Kurt Warner, before we in the Green League, he was drafted and was on the practice squad, I think, for Green Bay at one point. Now, he hit big.
What would you say the experiment, and it is an experiment to make Fritz a full-time receiver? At which point do you get off of that and settle up maybe a rookie receiver?
Well, I wouldn't classify it as an experiment by any stretch. So it's something that he's committed to, and we've committed to, and I think he's done some good things. I think he's gotten open. Obviously, a few balls that he would like to have been able to convert on, and we would like to do that as well. But he's made a lot of progress. I think he'll continue to make progress as he works at it. And it's not something that happens overnight when you're coming from a different position. Going through this with Brad Smith in New York. There are times he makes some unbelievable catches, and sometimes where he just didn't quite have the feel for the routes. But he's another guy that I think over time will continue to develop.
I mean, you never had Brad Smith as your number 2 receiver. He was 3 or 4.
Well, it just depends on where he is and how much progress he made. I actually think that Josh has made significant progress through this transition. And with that, each of those transitions developed at times.
Coach, question about third and long in this league. We saw it Sunday with the Broncos. We see it all over the league. Why do teams, when they're in like a